All right.
Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yad, La, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashim,
Hashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushua,
Waharakhakwadash.
Barakadah.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone of the world, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect of the nation of Yashar Allah, Israel. All right, this lesson should be brief. I just get the point across, but the name of this title is going to be You Can't Run from Jacob's Trouble. All right, and there's plenty of people that don't talk about Jacob's trouble. Most camps do not talk about Jacob's trouble. They don't, and if they do, they touch on it briefly, and that's it. They don't go into it. All right, they just kind of mention it. There's some people that even say we're not going to have to go through a time of trouble; that we're just going to be saved before it, or the missiles are just going to come, right away. No, okay, you cannot run from Jacob's trouble. All right. If you want to add anything, Zion, go ahead. I'm going to pull up an image real quick.
All right. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't escape Jacob. No, we can't do that. And whatever, whoever says that we're not gonna do Jacob. We're not gonna go through Jacob's trouble because we're gonna be gone by then. Well, that's false because you can't say that. First off, you have to, in order to get something so great like the kingdom, you have to go through troubles, just like Brother Malachi says, like a warhead. You know how it
Bro,
sounds
what the heck, man? What the? I was
like
literally just pulling up an image. I got an image of that just now, man. Right as soon as I heard you say we got to go through trouble to get the kingdom, I was
uh-huh.
like, bro, it's about to talk right into it. Let me
Right.
pull
Well,
it.
you got an image of a warhead, like the candy.
Yeah, yeah. I was just gonna show it. Go ahead
That's
and
what
finish
it is.
speaking. I just wanna.
All right. But yeah, like a warhead, it's sour at the beginning, and then as time go on, it gets sweet, and that's how things have to be. If you don't like that, then well, you're not meant for this truth.
Hey, you're not built for it.
You're not built for it, because the Lord has to try you first to see if you really about it, or you just you faking a funk. You
Right.
being
We can
fake.
get that first. Get Zechariah 13 and 9. Just the ninth verse this time, though. Let me get this. This is Romans chapter 8, and I'll start at verse 17. And if children, then heirs, heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. Verse 18, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Con.
Go ahead and bring that out.
Zechariah 13:9.
Con.
All right. This is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God.
Right, right. All right. Can you get Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and start at verse 1 down to 5?
Yeah, let me get that.
And I'm going to show this picture of this warhead. All right, so you can see what's either known as extremely sour candy, but it's actually sweet. But when does it become sweet? After you get past the sour. So you have to suck off the sour, you have to endure the sour part of the candy, and then it becomes sweet, just like this truth. Right? You can't just fucking, open one and expect it to be sweet. It's sour candy. All right? This truth is bitter and sweet. All right? It's sour and sweet, not one or the other. All right. That's why we also need to stop focusing on everything so sour and realize that there's going to be sweet out on the at the end of the sour. All right, but you people, you need to understand that it ain't gonna be sweet. Ain't shit sweet right now. All right, we're gonna go through sour, and then we're going to have sweet. Go ahead and bring it up.
All right, this is Ecclesiasticus, or chapter 2, verse, she said 9.
verse 1 to 5.
Okay. Verse 1. I said in my heart, go to now, I will prove thee with mirth. Therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this is also vanity.
Oh,
Verse
that's the
2.
wrong. I
Oh, that's
think
the wrong one.
you're in Ecclesiastes. I think.
Okay. Hold on, let me go to the right one.
Let's see. The Spirit.
Alright. Oh, it's cuz. Okay. It's in
Bro, that was
1 3.
so heavy though, because it said, "I said in my heart, go to now, I will prove thee with mirth," which is like joy, excitement, happiness. Therefore, enjoy pleasure, and behold, this also is vanity, which means worthless. It's pointless.
Con. Alright, so you said chapter 2, verse 1, no, went down to 5.
Ecclesiasticus 2, 1 to 5.
Okay. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare the soul for temptation. Verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Constantly
3.
endure. Notice
Con.
it didn't just say endure, it said constantly. So you're going to have constant trouble that you're going to have to endure. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be faithful when thou art changed to a low estate.
Lowest state, sour. All right. Right now we're in a lowest state, which also goes into being in hell. All right. Because hell is a condition just like heaven is. Right now, our people, Israel, is in hell. All right. And a lot of our people have grown so accustomed to it that they don't even realize that they're suffering, man.
Right.
They're so used to it. Go ahead, finish that last verse.
All right, this is verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Right. So gold is tried in the fire. What fire isn't hot?
Con.
If you were to put gold in a fire, the gold is going to get heated, right? It's a test, right? And it says acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Let's look up that word adversity. It
Con.
says difficulties, misfortune, ill luck, bad luck, trouble, difficulty, hardship, distress, disaster, suffering, affliction, sorrow, misery, tribulation. All right. Woe, pain, trauma. You get the point. All right. So a time of difficulty, which is Jacob's trouble. And you can't run from Jacob's trouble. All right. You can't hide from Jacob's trouble. You can't shoot Jacob's trouble. You know,
Right.
you have to face it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushai. But that goes into acceptable men being tried in the furnace of adversity. Okay. So let's turn to Second Esdras, chapter 16. Verse 17. I can read this. Second Ezra 16, 17 down to 22. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. Can you get out Matthew 24 and 6 and read on down?
Okay. Let me get
The
that.
beginning of
Matthew.
sorrows, 24 and 6. Second
Okay.
Ezra 16 and 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So what are you going to do? Because these evils are really already here. We're in the beginning. Jacob's trouble, if you want to be real here. All right, but what are you going to do? You're going to, stack up guns, you're going to stack up canned food, water, buy, supplies. That ain't gonna do anything. That's not gonna do anything for you. That's all vanity. You're wasting money, right? You need to be investing your time into this truth, right? To spiritually get built up. All right, let
Con.
me look real quick. Isaiah 33 and 6. Isaiah 43:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. All right, so wisdom and knowledge is going to be what's going to keep you stable and upright and keep you basically, alive through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushai. All right, not food, not guns, not water, wisdom and knowledge. Okay, which is something that a lot of people lack. Right, and I don't mean that as in a lot of people are per se stupid, but a lot of people, although they may have wisdom and knowledge, they don't have wisdom and knowledge according to scriptures. They don't have wisdom and knowledge according to righteousness. Right? They have wisdom and knowledge according to wickedness, according to vanity, according to Esau's education. If you get what I'm
Right.
saying. You need to have wisdom and knowledge according to the scriptures. I don't claim to be smart or wise, right? Because I'm not, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh outside, we've been brought into this truth and we are being made smart and wise through the scriptures, right? Let's see over, get the scripture real quick. This is Romans 10:2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh, but not according to knowledge, right? And it's not talking about knowledge as in a degree in college. It's talking about the scriptures, okay?
Con.
Get another one here. This is 1 Corinthians 3:18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. You need to start over, right? There's certain things that you can apply from the world that you learned to this truth, but the vast majority you need to leave.
Restart.
Yeah, exactly. Start over at level one, restart the whole game, so to speak, right? Except you're going to go down the right path instead of the left, all right? So back in 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 19. Oh, Salakia. Salakia. Accidentally pressed something and it took me to a different book. 2nd Ezra 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of their scourges. So out of all these things that are coming upon the planet, you people still don't realize that what you're doing is off. All right? And you still don't, want to repent. Verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. All right, so go ahead, Diane.
Okay. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Go ahead and keep reading.
Okay. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
Keep going.
Verse
Read
8.
down to verse 14.
Okay, come. Verse 8. All these things are the beginning of sorrows.
What is it? Wait, what? The beginning of sorrows. Didn't we just read that?
Come.
See how that, because it's saying the same type of things. The scriptures connect. All right, go ahead.
Verse 9. And then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
All right.
Verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many.
That's been happening for a while now.
Right, like we said that last lesson about how false prophets deceive many, and we lead people to destruction.
Right. I think that
Verse
was
12,
actually a lesson before the last one. I think that was like a few lessons ago, but that was fairly recent.
verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Verse 13, Talakia. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Now hold on. But he that shall endure. So how do you endure something if there's no trouble?
Exactly.
Let's go into the word endure here. It says endure, suffer something painful or difficult patiently, remain in existence, undergo experience. So it just said suffer something painful or difficult patiently. So you're supposed to suffer patiently, endure. How are you going to endure if there's no trouble? If you're just sitting comfortable by a fucking, by your fireplace, you know, eating lamb chops and drinking wine. How is that enduring, man? Enduring is
Right.
fighting demons, catching hell, living ups and downs throughout in this truth, going through Jacob's trouble, getting captured by martial law troops, the hour of temptation, that's enduring. Okay. All right, go ahead, continue.
All right, verse 14. In this gospel, of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Right. And that's coming soon. All right, this is Daniel 12:1-2. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book of life, right, which is the elect. Verse 2, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. All right. So you can't run from Jacob's trouble, man. It's all throughout the scriptures. Right. But we just
Right.
wanted to bring this out quick, because this is seriously the times that we're in. All right. We're literally in that time. Okay. February 15th, if Trump doesn't get his money, which is not looking like he's going to, which Yahweh Yahushua rises out, he doesn't. The government's either, it's going to get shut back down, and he most likely is looking like he's going to declare a national emergency. And that's not like that's the only thing. The microchip, the mark of the beast, is being pushed. You got the problem in Venezuela. That's going to be a major igniter of um, World War III. If you look at who's backing each leader, the president or the self-acclaimed or self-professed leader, which is really a puppet, But basically, to sum it up, everything going on, every day that goes by, more and more gasoline is being poured onto this house. There's this house, and there's more and more gasoline being poured on it every day. And there's so much gasoline that it basically flooded the house. But now there's one problem, we're just waiting for, well, not a problem per se, but just one thing left. We're waiting for that match to be lit to start that fire, right? So the gasoline is always like the gasoline is poured all over the house. The house is soaked with gasoline. We're just waiting for a spark, and then it's gonna burn. All right. That's how. That's how. I mean, it's that close, man. All right. This can kick off any day, any week, any month. All right. So, Zion, you got anything else to say? It was just kind of a quick hit, but.
No, I don't.
All right. Well, with that said, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor, Tham Yad, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Waharachat Wadash. Give honors to the apostles and the others of great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessing salutations to the hopefully elect of Israel. Shalom.
Shalom.